A wonderful evening to you all. I'm super excited to have you here. Spare your time to join this session live. Uh, it's really thrilling for me to introduce you to this amazing opportunity. I am super excited to have you here. Now, the system you're about to listen to and discover for yourself is a system that is anti-scam. It's a system that is tested and trusted. No one has ever been scammed by this system. It's a system that is safe, a system that is resilient, a system that is innovative and breakthrough and keeps on appearing as a breakthrough system. All right. It's a system that puts money in the table, on the table of families, a system that is a blessing. All right. I call it System 4.0 just to let you know that this system has been operating for over 3 years. That is the system we're about to share with you this evening. All right. Over the 3 years plus I've been working with this system, nobody has been scammed. So if you're talking about a sustainable business model, a scalable business model, you need to pay close attention tonight. This system is for you if you are currently employed. And congratulations on your having an employment. But you need to understand that your employment might not take you to $1 million income. All right. Your employment might not be able to take you to $1 million income. So while you are in that employment, you need to begin to explore this powerful system that I am here to help you discover. The reason is it's a system that can take you to $1 million in a few years. And I'm going to describe, how it's all going to happen. Just give me 1 hour of your time, 1 hour starting from now, and I'm going to expose you to an eye-opening, solution that's going to put money in your pocket. The entire globe is going through uncertainties in the financial world. Geopolitical tension is creating a lot of financial tension. People are wondering, how do we survive tomorrow? In some lands, people are protesting the people who are foreigners coming to take over their jobs. And we see this in very developed lands. It means that there's a kind of confusion in the air. People are looking for who to blame for all of the anxiety and tension happening in their environment. Tonight, I want to show you how you can take charge of your finances and how you can have a smile on your face for a better tomorrow. Listen carefully to every word I say in this presentation, because this system is a life-changing system. As you listen to it, I want you to remember the 3 gifts that God has given to every human alive. There are 3 gifts, and I'll be pointing these 3 gifts out in the course of my presentation and reminding you about it. Gift number 1 is your ability to think and imagine. As I run through the presentation, I want you to begin to imagine. Remove worry or negative imagination. Just begin to imagine, okay, if what he's saying is true, what could this mean for me in my life? That's what I want you to have in your mind tonight as I run through this presentation. Everybody has that ability to think and imagine positively, but most people would rather die than think. It doesn't matter how your finances are right now. All you need to do is to begin to think, what can I do to take myself and my family and keep us a step ahead of the financial crisis? The second gift that every human has, a gift open to everyone, is the understanding that your thoughts create your reality. So while I'm running through this presentation, observe in your mind, what kind of thoughts are you holding? Are you having doubts, poverty mentality, or an income ceiling? If you've never made $20,000 online or $50,000 online, you might be wondering, it's not possible. So remember those first 2 gifts, your ability to think and imagine, and your ability to understand that your thoughts create your reality. All right. And the third gift which you have to bear in mind as we run through this presentation in case you feel that, oh, this might not be possible for you. The third gift that everybody has is the ability to understand or change your idea of what you think is possible. That gift is in every one of us. The ability for you to sit down and say, oh, I used to struggle to get $1,000 in a month. Who says I can't make $2,000? Who says I can't make $10,000? Your ability to change your idea of what you think is possible. So, ladies and gentlemen, as I go through this presentation, please remember these three gifts because we have to eliminate all poverty mentality. But you have a powerful enemy. That powerful enemy is inflation. It is insidious. It keeps eating into your life. It keeps eroding your finances. If you are not earning higher than the inflation rate in your country, your standard of living will begin to deteriorate. Many people in some countries have observed this, that what they used to afford 3 years ago with ease, today they can't even afford it. They're struggling with it. And so inflation is the real enemy that is affecting many. So let's give you an idea of what inflation could be. So if the inflation rate is 10%, all right, and you have a situation where a burger costs $2 and the inflation is 10%, what that means is that a year from now, you're going to pay 10% more for that burger. So you'll be paying $2.20 1 year later. Now, many people have observed that in their economies, especially for some people in West Africa, some parts of West Africa, things are skyrocketing every single day. The cost of living is jumping. If you go to the market after 48 hours, what you bought before has gone sky high in price. And it looks like people cannot cope with the pace. And so it looks like the inflation figures being bandied around in some countries are not as, might appear not to be as realistic as it is. It could be worse because people are no longer waiting 1 year before a change in prices. People are experiencing radical change in prices, 20-30% higher prices within a few weeks. That is your real enemy, inflation. And Investopedia.com gives you all the definition you need about inflation. And here's some sample data about inflation. All right, you can see Togo at the bottom there is 2.7, single digit inflation. Tanzania 3.1, single digit. Swaziland 4.1, single digit. All right, and then you go up, you get to see Sierra Leone 40.69, super high inflation. And then you get to Nigeria 33.69. Then you get to Niger Republic 8.5. So this is an example of the various inflation figures across various African countries. So please identify your location. And once you identify your location, if you have a double-digit high inflation, you need to be ready to take bold steps to protect yourself. Somebody who is on 2.7 inflation can relax. You can say, yeah, things are going to be stable. Just next year is going to be just extra 2% on the cost of what I have to pay right now. But you see, somebody who is living in Sierra Leone with 40% and Nigeria 33.69, people in these countries cannot fold their arms or look to government for solution. They have to get creative. And I'm here to show you, you're going to discover something powerful that can really, transform your life, something that can feed your family, something that can take care of you and everyone you care and love. Now, look at the figures for Europe. Most of them are single digits, apart from Turkey. So a lot of people in Europe, they can feel a little relaxed, stable economy. All right. So, but if you live in a country where the inflation rate is high, you need to begin to be more aggressive about how you invest. You cannot afford to depend on your job alone. You cannot afford to fold your arms and leave your power to someone. All right, so a lot of people love to have access to the dollar. A lot of people love to hold the US dollar and, say, oh, I love this dollar so much. But here's the thing. Did you know that the US dollar is also losing value? year after year, insidious loss of value. So if your family was rich with $1 million in 1913, by 100 years later, 2013, you see, your $1 million could only buy parts, a tiny fraction of what $1 million could buy in 1913. So what your $1 million could buy in 2013 would be the same thing $70,000 could buy in 1913. So you see how the value is shrinking. The purchasing power of the US dollar is also losing value. And this is caused by geopolitical tension and bad government policies. World War I, World War II, the Cold War, President Nixon removing the gold back in the US dollar. All of this has eroded the power of the US dollar. Now, please take note. It's not just the dollar. Every fiat currency loses value. This is what we need to remember. Every fiat currency loses value. But enough of all the problem statements. It's clear. We're losing value. Inflation is dealing with us. It's clear. What is the solution? What can help us? And I tell you that the answer is the blockchain. The blockchain is a solution that can help you thrive and lift your family up irrespective of your current state. It doesn't matter how terrible the economy is. It doesn't matter how tight or how difficult things are. The blockchain can lift you up financially. And I'm going to explain how this is all possible. All right. So the blockchain is defined as a group of computers connected over the internet, thousands of computers, tens of thousands, and they're spread all over the continents of the world. They are not all resident in one continent. They are spread over all the continents of the world, several continents. Now, the content of each of these computers is the same. There's a general ledger, all right, that is distributed across each of these computers. And these general ledger files they are the same entity. That's the power of this. So imagine tens of thousands of computers having the same data, and all of them are connected to each other in a way that one of them can talk to all the others at the same time. All right. So that if anyone shuts down, the others are not affected. They can talk to all the others at the same time. So if your country decides that, hey, we don't want to be a part of the blockchain anymore, we don't want to feel the blockchain is our enemy, your country is going to lose out from the blockchain, and the world will not even understand. They will not even feel that your country is not there. They're going to go on with the blockchain because all the countries are hosting this data. These servers and computers are all over the world. So this is the power of the blockchain. That is why one government cannot shut down the blockchain, right? Governments cannot even control the blockchain because these blockchain are, they are general ledger outside centralized institutions. They are not centralized, they are decentralized. So the data itself is distributed. So one person doesn't hold this data. And that's the power of this system. Now, let me give you a financial definition that you need to know. Something more interesting about the blockchain. That definition is simple. It is the internet of value. A lot of persons are going to be wondering, and they'll say, internet of value? Well, we have value from Google, YouTube, TikTok. Got a lot of value, yeah? Yes, you get a lot of value from there, but those value cannot be converted to money within minutes. So we're talking about an internet where everything you touch is money. Everything you touch is money. Every asset you point to is money. And you can convert it to food on your table within minutes. That is the kind of internet we're talking about. So imagine the internet where every file is money. If you click on something and download it, you have downloaded money. If you grab anything you grab on that internet is money. That is the way the blockchain is. It is therefore called the internet of money, the internet of value. This value can easily be monetized within minutes. It can easily be cashed out and you can use it to feed yourself and your family within minutes. It's literally that possible. It is a global monetary system outside the control of government. And that is why government cannot really understand it, right? Government would like to crush it, but no, governments can't. And so they've begun to embrace it. United States, many countries in the world, they've begun to embrace blockchain, and they encourage their, citizens to also acquire some blockchain value. Countries like El Salvador has part of its portfolio, its government portfolio, as Bitcoin. All right. So this is the power of the blockchain. Now, every powerful concept goes through three phases. You go through the first phase where people look down on it and say it's useless, impossible, it can't hold water, it's not sustainable. Then when it passes that phase, people realize that this thing is taking too much power. We need to kill it. And so that's the phase of being persecuted. Right? When they realize it's so powerful and they can't control it, they try to kill it. Now, when they try to kill it, and they can't kill it, they realize that this technology is above what any of them can control. They get to the phase where they embrace it. So if you live in a country, somewhere in Africa, maybe you are your country is in a phase where it's persecuting the blockchain. Don't despair. Just relax, because before you know it, they will also embrace the blockchain. All right. That being said, I need you to understand that top global investors are getting on the blockchain. It's not only, in the past, it was just individuals being on the blockchain. Right now, top financial institutions are getting on the blockchain. All right. So that's what makes the blockchain even more powerful right now. Right. So the world is embracing it. People that used to talk down on it before, they are now embracing it. All right. So you cannot allow yourself to be left behind. You have to be part of the blockchain, and this blockchain can counter inflation in your life. All right. So on Monday evening, I pointed a couple of valuable assets to people. Now, between Monday and now, those assets have delivered 30%. All right, and retraced. So I just told people, pay attention to these assets. And those assets delivered 30% within a few days. In less than 24 hours, actually, it delivered at 30%. So I tell you, the blockchain, when you understand how it works, you can use it to beat inflation in your life. All right. So I'm going to show you how you can do that. I'm going to show you, how as a team, we've been able to help a lot of persons, really, really maximize the blockchain. But it's all about cryptocurrencies, all right? And some people get confused when they hear cryptocurrencies. Just know that cryptocurrency is money, like literal money on the blockchain, all right? Money, money, money. Any crypto you have is money. You can convert it and spend it on your family, all right? Of course, the first crypto was Bitcoin. Alternative cryptocurrencies have been created. And all through the years since 2009, Bitcoin and other assets have, alternative coins have come to stay. Now, if your country is telling you that crypto is a problem of their economy, ask yourself, was my country prosperous before 2009? Because crypto only started in 2009. So if your country has been having financial woes and crisis, for example, if since their independence, they've never had a working refinery, if, for example, poverty keeps increasing since their independence, if, for example, people keep getting hungry and people have always protested, even before Bitcoin was created, it means that the problem of your country cannot be crypto. All right. There are other more fundamental issues. So crypto is being used by countries all over the world, advanced countries. Okay. So no country can say, oh, crypto is the reason why we can't feed ourselves. No, that would not make sense. All right. So that's just a little bit of background about cryptocurrencies. I'm going to encourage you to observe the global trend and decide what is in it for you. All right. Now, we're going to introduce you to a model of, trading. All right. But most times when we tell people about trading, people quickly want to rush into futures. People quickly want to rush into Forex. So here's my advice to you. Please avoid futures and Forex. Avoid any leveraged markets because you can lose your capital in those markets. New traders should not dabble into futures and Forex. Now, I'm not saying those markets are bad. I'm just saying it takes a level of skill set for you to navigate those markets. You have to be ready and willing to, learn, practice, get to a proficiency level before trying any of those markets. And you don't even need to be bothered about those markets. You can make what you want to make in the spot market. All right. So the spot market is the safest market where you can never lose your money. And that is why we tell people we're about to introduce you to something, you're about to discover something where you will never lose your money. That is spot market. The spot market is like where you have a bag of a commodity, like a bag of rice. Even the price of the bag of rice goes from $100 down to $10, 90%, negative rate. You still have your bag of rice. So you don't have a loss. You just wait for the market to rebound. And the market rebounds and sells off at 110 and you're back in profit. That's the nature of the spot market. But you see, futures and Forex, you have a bag of rice and then you begin to walk all over the place and tell people you have 100 bags, right? You have 100 virtual bags and only one real bag. So you tell people you have 1,000 bags. So you have 1,000 bags, but you have only one real bag. The rest are virtual bags based on loans. If the market is working in your favor, you're going to be getting some good money. You'll be happy, excited. But when the market turns the other way, you'll now realize, oh my God, all your money is wiped off and you're even owing the institutions. So that's why we tell you avoid Forex, avoid futures, because liquidation can happen and you will experience total wipeout in those markets. They are risky, they are very high risk. And so this is an advice. I've traded these markets and I tell newbies, please avoid those markets, all right? There are people who have spent many years trading Forex, but they never have anything to show for it, all right? They keep losing money again and again and again, so many. But you need to understand that with the spot market can forgive you. The spot market will keep you in the game. And with a little patience, you always make a lot of money. So please, what we're about to show you and what you're going to discover is how to make money and generate $1 million in the spot market. The technology that is going to help you achieve this is called RoyalQ. The technology that is going to put food on your table is called RoyalQ. 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 The most amazing, super transformative business model in the world. A system that is blessing many families. A system that has given many people hope. A system that has helped people who were helpless and jobless, people who were squatters, people who did not have, even they could not pay for their rent, transforming these people to people who have now earned $200,000, people who are now taking care of their families. This is the powerful opportunity that we're going to present right now. So I tell you to, really open your mind right now because here we are. How best to navigate the blockchain with a system that will never, scam you, a system where you will never have a loss, a system where with knowledge, you will be milking the blockchain. So let me ask a question to those in the chat box. If you have made money from the blockchain this week, type B in the chat box. If you have made money from the blockchain, type B in the chat box. I want us to know whether some people in this meeting have actually made money from the blockchain. All right. So you can see people are typing B, B, B. So you see a lot of people here have made money from the blockchain. We want to show you how you can do the same. We want to show you how easy it is for you to achieve this. And I really want people to type the B's if they made money from the blockchain this week, because it is so simple, it's so easy, Anybody could do it. Now, let me ask another question. If it was difficult making this money from the blockchain, type D. But if it was easy, type E. All right. So I want people to, really show if it was difficult, you type the letter D. And if it was easy, you type the letter E. You just need to take a look at the charts and you see the E's are coming in. The E's are coming in. This is just to show you that what I'm about to, get into detail with you is something so easy. Anyone can do it. The E's are all over the place. No single D. That is how easy the technology is. Ladies and gentlemen, I mean, a round of applause for the RoyalQ technology, the technology that is feeding many families. Now, I want to help you understand that we live in an age of robots. Okay? We live in an age of artificial intelligence. No doubt about it. A lot of work that used to be done manually, technology is taking over the next 5 years. Your job, people are going to come for it. AI will come for that job. So don't be surprised. All right. Now, there's technology that can take your order, get your order delivered to you, and receive payment without just seeing anybody face to face. That is the robotic butler. It was useful during the COVID-19 pandemic. That's an example of what AI can help you achieve. You have technology that is used to assist police people, military people. You have unmanned drones that can take out the enemy without any physical foot soldier being on ground. Technology has advanced. People can send missiles to another country just by positioning machines somewhere in the ocean. That is a lot of AI involved in warfare. Now, even how you drive your cars is changing. I know you might have a car that you still control the steering, but just take a look at the future of driving. It's not the future, it's actually happening. And soon you'll be driving this way.
Oh, shoots. We're using the self-driving. Good. Man, look at that. Holy cow. This is scary, folks. Because you don't know what's going to happen. Especially if you've not done it before. Allowing something, especially when you like to control your car. But now you have an AI driving you. The world is changing, folks. You better go with the change. If you're still driving the old way, I don't know what to tell you.
Sleeping on a bicycle.
Everything is changing. Business is changing. If you're not going technology, you don't know, you're going to miss out. They're going to leave you behind. Don't let nobody leave you behind. In your businesses and everything you do. Tech is the new world, so get it going. I'm just chilling. Yup.
So just imagine, will you be comfortable just allowing a car drive you without you controlling the steering? The car knows everything about the track road, its destination, moves you in and out of the corner. I mean, this is powerful. It's going to take a lot of trust to give that power to technology. Now, here's the thing. AI and robotics is already part of our lives. If it's used in driving, why can't it be used to trade for you? Now, this is what makes trading easy. Trading can be difficult, but RoyalQ makes it easy. RoyalQ is a super intelligent application that executes high-speed trading, 24/7. Every day is a potential money-making day. Every day you can make money with RoyalQ. Literally, I tell you, yes, there'll be very good days and there'll be average days, but I tell you, every day is a potential money-making day. So imagine when you have 7 days a week where you can potentially go out and make 2%, 3%, 1.5%. Imagine that kind of scenario. And some days you make 10%. That's how powerful it is. But I must tell you, it's emotional. Trading is emotional. If you don't use the RoyalQ app, you'll be battling with a lot of emotions. How do you take, what profit should I take? this, that, you're going to be struggling with it, right? When a trade is going negative, because all trades must go negative before going to your profit target. And you might start getting emotional. Oh, it's going negative. Oh, what do I do? What do I do? But because of RoyalQ, the margin calls take care of everything, right? Market analysis is easy. We just have a very simple system that you can, watch a simple video, and 1-2 hours later, you're making money from this bot like crazy, right? It doesn't take so many hours to trade. Trading is super easy now because all you need to do is to look at the app. While you're waiting for someone, you just look at the app, see what the market is doing. Click, click, click. I want to trade this. I want to trade that. Risk management is well organized. Strategy execution, super easy. Save your strategy once, use it forever. And then we have, high speed execution. And then you can manage multiple trades. So these are some of the things that, RoyalQ has made easy for people so that anyone can actually trade and make money in this way. The question is, can you trust RoyalQ? That's the big question. Because a lot of people have lost money in the past, so they're scared. So we know the system is easy. This system works. People are making money every day. Since 2021, when I embraced RoyalQ, this technology has never scammed anyone. But for you coming here for the first time, the question is, can you trust the system? And I say, yes, you can. The reason is simple. Your money never goes to RoyalQ. Your trading capital never goes to RoyalQ. This is the simple fact why you can trust them. Every system that has scammed you has told you, bring your capital to us. Let us trade for you. And so they say, bring your $1,000. We'll give you 1% every day. They come in different names, different formats, different kind of language. They come with different algorithms. They'll tell you, listen, we're here to give you 1 to 3% every day. If you can keep your money for 2 weeks, it will become 3% every day. All sorts of stories. Oh, if you can keep your money for 21 days, that's 100% in a month. They come in with all sorts of stories, all sorts of dynamics. They can even tell you that we are a blockchain solution connected to the solid minerals in the world. They come up with so many stories. They can tell you that we are a geophysics blockchain solution that we take money from you to go do research and return to you. They're going to come to you and say, we are connected to farmers worldwide, that, the farmers need money. Your money goes to them, and so many stories, okay? We've fallen for so many of those stories, and no more, no more. When your trading capital goes to a platform, then you are at high risk of losing your money. Because if the business goes bad or they hit their financial target, they just shut down without notice and your money is gone. We have lost a lot of money to these scam platforms. And that is why we here in the energy team, we want people to understand you don't have to keep falling for these scams again and again. They are not your only hope. Yes, there was a time of ignorance when you felt that you had to keep trying, jumping from one Ponzi scheme to the next, hoping to succeed. That we've gone through all of that. We don't want to call their names. We've gone through all of that. So right now we're telling you, we've experimented enough. We've lost enough money. Now it's not the time to lose $1. Now is the time to put your trading capital in your control. So if you look at this slide, your trading capital stays here in your blockchain bank account. Okay? Your trading capital never leaves your control. Your bank account, you have the username and password. RoyalQ doesn't have the username and password. You have the thumbprint, facial print, two-factor authentication, Google Authenticator. RoyalQ doesn't have access to that. So RoyalQ cannot withdraw money from your blockchain account, right? From your Binance. This is where your trading capital will be safely under your control. All you do is you connect RoyalQ here and give it 2 permissions: buy low, sell high, read and spot trading. Buy low, sell high, buy low, sell high. That's all that you give it, the capability to do spot trading and to read. That's all. It cannot change anything, it cannot withdraw, right? That's powerful. Now, this is how we've been operating since 2021. And that's why no one has ever been scammed by this system. And this is why we trust RoyalQ. Now, there was a time a couple of years ago when RoyalQ was doing some maintenance. They had to change their IP addresses. And so they told people, okay, hold on, guys, we're doing some maintenance work. And it took them about over 24 hours. Some people misunderstood this. Some people were panicking. Some people said, oh, they're about to scam us again. Oh, it's around December, they want to scam us. But you know what? We told them, remember, where's your trading capital? They say it's in my exchange. I said, go check your exchange. Is your money there? And they went there. The money was in their exchange, intact. For the period of the maintenance, the money was in the exchange. And once the RoyalQ had completed the maintenance, they connected again and everything was normal. So even if tomorrow RoyalQ says, hey, we've given this technology to you and it has changed lives, now we want to take back our technology, we don't want to provide this service, it's not going to affect you because your money is going to be in your exchange account. All right. So that is why you can trust this technology. And I want you to open your minds to the power of this technology. Now, one thing I want to state here is that your phone is just a visual aid to help you connect the bot to your exchange account. Your phone is not where the trade happens. You're looking at the two apps on your phone, but the trade is not happening on your phone. This is very important because a lot of times when you have bad network, people tend to worry, oh my God, I can't see my trade. What's happening? Hi, will it take the profit? Am I sure that it's going to deliver when it's time? You don't need to be bothered about all that. Your strategy settings will execute even when your phone has poor network. Why? Because the trade is happening between RoyalQ servers and your exchange account. So it's not happening on your phone. So even if you take your phone and throw into the Atlantic Ocean, no problem. Just get another phone, download the app, log in, and you're good to go. You're going to see all your trades. So if you're someone that works a lot in locations where you have poor network, just don't worry. Once you're back to network, you can review your trades and you'll be good. All right. So what can RoyalQ do for you? What's the value proposition here? The value proposition is automated trading with super accurate results that can deliver you 10% to 50% every month. And I'm being modest when I say 10%. When a market is very good in a month, you can make 100%. All right. There are people that have made 100% in 1 week. So, but we don't try to overpromise. We try to tell people to keep their minds on 10%, especially when you're learning how to use the bot. The first month is all about learning. You're going to be making a lot of money. So just keep your mind on 10, 20% the first month. You know, I know somebody who was over 60 years old. He's a pastor. Within his first 8 days, 7 days, he had made 15%. And all was just trading at his leisure. All right. So there's a lot of money to be made, but please remember the platform tries to underpromise and over-deliver. So 10% to 50%, you know, that bracket works every time, every month. All right. And it's all about buying low and selling high. That's what it can give to you. This is how you can beat inflation. So if you do 10% a month on your capital in a year, that's 120%. Right? If you do 20% a month on the average, in a year, that's 240%. So you've definitely beat inflation. That enemy that is inflation, you would have generated income to beat it. Now, remember, this is dollars. So you're earning in dollars. In countries where the exchange rate is very volatile, where it's super high, it doesn't matter. You're going to be earning in dollars. And when you convert your assets to your local currency, it's going to help you beat the inflation in your own local community. So this is really powerful, and I need you to understand that. Please, ladies and gentlemen, take note of this. This market is a very volatile market. So no trade goes directly to your profit. There are a few times when that can happen, but most times the trade will first go against you before going to your profit target. That's how the market works. So if you are trading and a trade goes against you, minus 10%, minus 20%, don't worry, just relax. In just a few days, it's going to go back and hit your target profit. All right. So this is very important for you to note. Don't expect every trade to close within 5 minutes. Sometimes to take a while. go against you. Like, if you bought here and the trade went against you here, you might have been looking at minus 15% floating loss. And you'd be like, oh, floating loss. Oh, my bag of rice I bought at $100 is now costing $70. Wow. What's happening? Relax. You see, before you know it, the market came back up and exceeded all expectations. That is exactly how the market works. So we have different modalities. We have, with $3,000, business executives who are very busy, who don't have time to execute strategies in the semi-automated fashion, can just put their trade on autopilot. Now, this autopilot setting can comfortably give you 100% in a year, very comfortably. All right. But if you need your capital in less than a year, I would suggest you do the autopilot settings. The reason is this: if the market is pumping high, no problem, right? You have your capital is going to be always pumping and vomiting asset. But when the market is dipping, that means your asset will be performing what we call sub-beam mode real-time settlement trades, and it will be going deeper and deeper, and making money right there in the deep, right? Even though the trade is going negative, it will be trading in that deep, buying, selling, buying, selling. So for you to access your entire capital, you have to wait for the asset to come back up out of the deep trades, and then of course you can take your whole capital. If you decide that, oh, I really need my capital with the hands-free trading when it's in the deep, executing trades, then you might tolerate a few minimal loss, okay? But your capital is always in your control. So that's hands-free trading. That is autopilot, 100% autopilot. Super powerful, it works. Now, we encourage people to use $3,000 and above for this kind of settings. But we have the hands-on method, which is the one-shot trades, all right? This is super powerful also, and it's super easy, all right? Just with a little analysis on the app, you'll be able to jump in on trades, execute trades by yourself. We have the TGS strategy, which is super powerful. And we have the TGS on 1 minute time frame, which is extra super powerful. So I'm really telling you, this is going to change your life. Okay, this is going to change your life. And of course, we have the bull run tactics where you can decide, hey, let me just leave this asset. When it hits 30%, I'll take my profits. And by the time it hits 30%, 2-3 times, I mean, you are in business and you're super excited. All right, so some trades are super fast, some trades a little slower, and some trades will take more time. So just relax yourself. I mean, you are here to have a lifetime of trading, so you're going to make a lot of money along the path. So what will you learn with us? This is a skill-based system, all right? This is a skill-based system with transferring skills to people. We're helping people become traders and to make trading as a career. And this is so interesting because we have people who make 10% with $20, in 1 or 2 days. We have people who are really, having great success trading with this system. All right. So we're gonna make sure you understand how to read the charts. If you open your mind to, skill acquisition, we want to train 10,000 people. All right. So we are on that journey. 10,000 traders, will be trained on this team. And it's going to happen over the next few years. And we want you to be one of them. You're going to be able to read the charts. You're going to be able to understand candlestick patterns. You're going to be able to identify support and resistance. You'll be able to understand the trend. All right. When you look at the trend, when you attend our meetings, you're going to say, okay, this is an uptrend. This is a downtrend. And you're going to draw your trend lines, do your trend analysis, and say, I'm going to go in when this happens. And then you enter and quickly take out your profit, right? We'll also show you some technical indicators, how to use the news, money management, trading psychology, and we'll continue to educate you. If you are on this team, you're going to keep learning. Just be willing to learn fast. Don't be left behind, because we're always improving our strategies to make sure people maximize the system. Now, how much does it cost to get started? Well, it's super easy, super affordable. The cost of getting started is just $120. Yeah, $120, super easy. And some people, who live in countries with very high exchange rates, they get worried at times saying, oh, this exchange rate is too high. This is a lot of money. But you know, the truth is, if you don't make the sacrifice, you'll keep having financial headache trying to figure out how to beat inflation. So you have to make the sacrifice once. You have to be creative, resourceful. Make the sacrifice once. Start on this bot. This is the only money that's going to come out of your pocket. The money to get started. Every other money you need can be recreated from this bot. All right. So $120 as your trading capital. And then there's what we call fuel fee. What does fuel fee refer to? It refers to the profit sharing formula. Now, every time you make a profit, the agreement or the terms is that you will take 80% of the profit, while RoyalQ will take 20% of the profit. Now, the 20% of the profits, a great deal of that percentage will go to, showing gratitude to those who trained you, who were able to coach you, inspire you, mentor you, to be a part of the system and to use the bot effectively. So that's what fuel fee is. So if you make $1 profit, you're going to take 80 cents, 20 cents, it's going to go to RoyalQ. If you make $10 profit, $8 is going to go to you, $2 is going to go to RoyalQ. So a lot of people say, oh, what do I do when my fuel fee is exhausted? Easy. If you start with, for you to exhaust $20 gas fee, you must have made $100 profit. All right. So let's say you started with $100 and you've made $100 profit. That is $200. You just go from the $200, you take $20, add as your fuel fee. That means you have $180 left as your trading capital. Okay. And then you keep trading. Before that $20 is going to exhaust, you're going to have another $100, which means you had 180. Now you have 280. All right. So you just take out that 20 and, put as your gas fee. That means you have 160. And before you know it, 160 becomes $260. And you take another $20, put it for your gas fee, and that is $240. And the $240 becomes $340. Do you see? You don't have to bring gas fee again from your pocket. For your gas fee to be reduced, it means you are making a lot of profit. And that's how the system works. So the $120 plus the $20 gas fee is one-off out of pocket, startup capital, startup fee. Just get in and maximize the operations of the bot. So this is an example of someone who is trading with $3,000. You can see in one day, was able to make $209. Just multiply that to your local currency. You see, that's a lot of money. Now, this is $6,000 trading capital. In one day, this account was able to make 517. Of course, money was made every other day, every day. But this was like the height. So you can imagine what is possible. You just have to get started. All right. And even low capital traders can make money. This is $100 making 10% in less than 3 days of trading. All right. And I just need you to understand that there are 3 skills that you need to embrace: patience, risk management, control of your emotions. If you can do these 3 things, you're going to be better than 90% of the other traders. Now, I have a challenge for you. This is the challenge I have for you. It is the challenge that is going to take you to $1 million. That challenge is for you to take 300 trades. Work with us and take 300 trades. But let me tell you what can happen with 300 trades. So I'm going to share my screen in a bit. I want to show you what's possible when you take 300 trades. All right. So let me just show you this. All right. So this is a compound interest calculator. Okay. And I just want to say that you started with, let's say you're starting with $1,000 as your trading capital. Okay. You're starting with $1,000 as your trading capital. We always tell people that with $1,000 or any trading capital you have from 300 and above, your first buying amount should be 45%. So that means you have 450 as your first buying amount, and you're going to be making 1.5% per trade. So let's just say 1.5% per trade on the average. And then you take 300 trades. So just remember, it's not about 300 days. It can take more than 300 days or less. It's about trades, 300 trades. Sometimes you can do 10 trades in a day when you have the time and the market is in your favor. You can do 10 trades in a day. Or sometimes you just have 2-3 trades in a day. Sometimes a trade can take 2-3 days or 5 days. So just 300 trades. So 1.5 daily, 300 trades. This could now, because of the bull run that is about to happen, starting anytime soon, you're gonna be able to make this within the space of less than a year, 10 months. So let's see what you can get. So you see your $1,000 with $450 as first buying amount can generate $38,000 for you within the next 10, 11 months. You're going to be able to achieve more than this if you master how to use the bot and get the job done. So imagine $1,000 generating $38,000 within the next 10 to 12 months. Now, honestly, you can even do this within 6-7 months if you decide to set a serious goal for yourself. That's where you're going to realize that your job is good, your job makes sense, but your RoyalQ trading career can take you to $1 million. So this is going to happen to you and you're going to be super excited. Now, that's the first cycle. It happened during the bull run. So when you achieve this, you're going to be surprised at how your account balance will keep increasing. And then you're going to say, I want to do this a second set of 300 days. So, but you want to enjoy yourself, right? So you're going to take about $28,000 from your $38,000. You're going to go have fun. You're going to go do some shopping. You're going to go take care of yourself. Then you have like $10,000 left, okay? So with $10,000 left as your trading capital, remember 45% is going to be your first buying amount. So that will be 4,500, right? As your first buying amount. Okay, out of $10,000. So let's calculate what that's going to give to you. Because the second set of 300 trades, you're going to repeat the same thing you did the first time. Now, part of this second tenure would be, part of it will be the bull run, but it will go into the bearish season, all right? But no cause for alarm because RoyalQ can buy and sell. So you have both markets. If you master trading, you can trade both sides of the market, all right? So this is what you need to know. With $44,500 first buying amount, $10,000 being overall capital, you can generate $387,000. This could take you 2 years, all right? Because of the bearish market. Market might not be too aggressive, dynamic. So let's give it 2 years. Plus the first 1 year, that's 3 years, And you see yourself as somebody who has $387,000. I want you to, let your imagination now just think and imagine $387,000 in your local currency. What could that be? So this could simply mean 619 million of your local currency, all achieved within 3 years. You see that I want you to change your idea of what you think is possible in your life. 3 years from now, what kind of life will you be living? What kind of goals will you be achieving? I want you to think and imagine. I want you to realize that the thoughts you decide to hold from this presentation will impact your physical life. This is what's going to happen to many people who are right now in this meeting room, who will be dedicated to this trading over the next few years. So this is the second cycle, right? So let's say you're so excited about what you've gotten. So trading is going to be a lifestyle and you're just going to go ahead. Let's just imagine you cash out $287,000 and you leave $100,000 for yourself for your third cycle. You know what that means? That means your first buying amount is going to be $45,000. Oh my God. Oh my God. So you see how your results begin to be exponential? So let's calculate. What will $100,000 with $45,000 first buying amount give you? $3.8 million within 300 extra trades. This will happen also within 2 years. So you see, $3.8 million within 5 years of trading, starting with just $1,000. Ladies and gentlemen, many people in this meeting room are going to experience this. Enough of the losses to Ponzi schemes. You don't need to give your money to anybody. There are just a few skills you need to learn. Then have a little patience with the market, because there'll be good days, there'll be poor days. You have to stay passionate even when the market days might not be too good. All right? Because you can't have a loss. The market will always move in your favor. That is how you're going to move from an ordinary person financially to becoming a dollar millionaire. $3.8 million, 5 years sacrifice of trading, 5 years of looking at the markets. Do you understand what you're going to be achieving with $3.8 million? It means that every year you could decide that you're going to make, let's just take, you're going to take $2.8 million from here and go, establish a real estate conglomerate, do whatever you want to do. But you see, the remaining $1 million there, it means that every year you're going to generate $1 million plus minimum, year in, year out, from the blockchain. That will be the end of poverty in your life. There's nothing your kids will want that you're not going to be able to afford. There's nothing your spouse will want that you will not be able to get done, once it involves financials. This is going to bring a lot of joy to your family. This is going to make you have less friction. This is going to make, money is a lubricant, all right? Money is a lubricant for relationships. Because when there's money in a car, when there's oil in the engine of a car, all right, the engine performs well. But if there's no oil in the engine could knock, go bad. So that's the power of money. Money is like a lubricant, making sure that relationships are lovely and filled with joy and loving. All right. So this is the challenge we're here to give to you. And it's really a challenge worth embracing. Now, I want you to know that we have so many trade testimonies. Our strategy works. And this is a survey I did. I asked people in the group, hey, is the TGS strategy working for you? Nobody said it's not working. Everybody said, yeah, it's working for me, working fine. And one of those who is working for shared the testimony and said, with $125 in one day, he was able to generate $13. So this is how powerful the system is, all right? But here's a mistake a lot of people make. Because they're making their money from the first week, from the first 24 hours, they decide not to learn more. So even if you're making that money, you need to learn more and, master how to navigate the system. So how do you get started? Get back to whoever invited you to this session, ask for the referral link, register, sign up. When you're signing up, make sure you don't forget your password. I repeat, write your password in a book, secret book, never forget it. Then you have 3 secret questions and answers you're going to give. Which town did you first live in? Or whatever 3 questions. You decide what your 3 questions will be and the answers you will choose. So you can change, the questions. Just make sure you know what the 3 questions are and, take a screenshot or something, just write it in the book. Because those 2 things are your gateway to your lifetime career using this bot, all right? And so once you've done that, gotten your 3 script questions and answers, you'll see a download link. Right on after signing up, just download the app. Don't download the app from Play Store directly. Just go from the sign up link after signing up, download the app, and you're ready to get started. Just transfer $140, $120 for the activation, $20 for fee, and the rest of your trading capital in your exchange account, and you're ready to start trading and making money. All right. So passion is required to trade for 5 years. If you don't have passion for trading, you can't trade for 5 years. So how can you have the passion? Initially, you might not have the passion, but if you see what is possible, a lot of people say, oh, my job is so important. My job, I'm so busy. Again, I want to ask you, can that job generate $1 million in your life? If you work for 35 or 40 years, can that job give you $1 million? I mean, legitimate income. I don't mean criminality or fraud, Can that job give you $1 million? This is a system that can take you to $1 million in 5 years. All you have to do is to give it time. You can go to work from morning to evening. When you come back, you say, okay, all right, I'm having dinner. What's the market saying? I need to make my 1.5% or 3% between now and when I go to bed. Easy. And that's how you're going to be on the journey. All right? That's how you're going to be on the journey, and it's going to be a lifetime of income. All right? So a lot of people are waiting for one miracle or the other. See, you just have to do the work, because the miracle you're looking for is in the work you're avoiding to do. So don't avoid learning the skills of trading. Challenge yourself and transform your finances. A lot of people are doing this already. You can see from the charts, people are doing this already. So why not you? Why not now? You have to get started. You have to be determined to beat this inflation and stay ahead of the game. Now, if you're somebody who loves business and you want to build a business out of this trading arrangement, it's optional. You can trade your way to $1 million within 5 years. But if you decide to also share with a few people, and I tell people, listen, why do you want to be the only dollar millionaire? Don't you want to have 20 people you're going to coach to become dollar millionaires in less than a decade? So why not go build a team of 20 and begin to coach them to do what you do? Now, once you're able to achieve this, something begins to happen. You begin to earn extra income, not just from your trading, but from your entire structure's success in building a team and trading. What you realize is that you gradually get to the point where you can be called an investor, because there are days you're not going to trade, but you can make hundreds of dollars. So that's when you become an investor, where you can be on vacation away from trading or even your device. But when you come out of the vacation, you see you have thousands of dollars in income. That is because you made the sacrifice of building a small team and growing your team into a significant number. For those who do this, this is the income possibility whenever there's a bull run. So if you have a team of 20, you could be making $10 to $50 every single day. If you have a team of 100 persons, you could be making $50 to $500 every single day of the bull run. And if you have a team of 300, you could be making $500 to $1,000 every single day. And if you have a team of 800 to 1,000 persons, you can be making $1,000 every single day, right, to $4,000. And if you have a team of 1,500 members as a V6, you can be making $5,000 to $10,000 every single day. So this is the power of what we have to offer you. But this is optional. It's for those who want to who want to treat this as a business, those who want to introduce their friends to this amazing opportunity. Now, the hardest step for you right now, after listening to this presentation, is to get started. Things are hard. Things are tough. How can you raise this capital? How can you activate your bot? How can you start trading? It's challenging. But you don't need to give up, because RoyalQ can feed your family. You have to get started. Don't go analyzing until you paralyze yourself. Just think and imagine. Change your idea of what you think is possible in your life, and let your thoughts make impact. Think positive. Get started. Believe that you can succeed. That's getting started. That first step is the hardest step. I tell you this from experience of coaching over 350 people successfully to using this technology. All right? The first step is the hardest. Most times when I coach people, I tell them that after 2 sessions, they will not even be calling me again. And this has happened several times. After a session, some people don't even bother calling me again. I just start seeing their trade results from my app. And I'm like, this guy is supposed to ask me for a second session, but he's not bothered because he's making money. That first step is the hardest step. Going to $1 million is easy. You can see the steps there are shorter steps, all right? So just get started. Get back to whoever invited you. Get started immediately. Stop the analysis paralysis. Get started, because we want you to be a dollar millionaire within 5 years, irrespective of whatever your government is thinking, irrespective of, what anybody thinks of you. You will set your goal, set your target, and begin to execute. You have 2 options. Option A, do nothing. Continue struggling with your bills, right? Keep arguing with your partner. your spouse about money every single time, all right? Keep giving excuses to your kids about why they cannot get what they wish for, all right? You can continue as it's continue depending on that your job for everything. When you choose option A, your payday is transfer day. All right, what it means is when you get your salary, you transfer everything to everybody else and become broke. Payday, transfer day will continue to be your portion if you choose option A and do nothing. You keep buying income reducing assets. But you have another option, option B. Activate RoyalQ in your life. Have another income stream and experience financial relief. Begin to change your idea of what you think is possible. Set your first goal to make $10,000 using this technology, then $50,000, then $100,000. What you have in RoyalQ is an income producing asset, IPA. All right. This is the life. You're gonna stop arguing with your spouse about money. All right. Whatever your kids want, you're gonna get it for them. And even if at the moment, you've run some bills, you tell them, okay, just relax, you gotta get it done soon. All right. No argument, no tension, because you have RoyalQ. Listen, RoyalQ can feed your family. RoyalQ will be a blessing to you. RoyalQ will bless you irrespective of the economic situation around you. While people are helpless and agitated, you're going to be creating cash flow in your life. This is what is possible, and it's what I want for you. Too many of us have spent so much time living our fears. Get rid of your fears, take action, and begin to live your dreams. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for being a part of this presentation. And feel free to get back to whoever invited you. Ask questions, arrange a conference call, and congratulations in advance, and welcome to the team.